All right, guys. All right. And finally, Arsenal did it. Arsenal did it finally. Howsem our deal of Thomas Partey deal done. Howsem our deal of Thomas Partey deal done. This is the end of the transfers 2020, ladies and gentlemen. Until January 2021, we shall not have any other episodes of transfers. However, we shall have the transfer rumors coming in. Arsenal have announced that they have got their man, Howsem Awa, deal of Thomas Partey, deal done. Let's get straight into it. Okay, Thomas Partey has joined us on a long-term contract. That is according to the Arsenal website. How, Thomas Partey has joined us on a long-term contract according to the Arsenal website. And they are saying the 27-year-old midfielder has been with Atletico Madrid since 2012, making 188 appearances in which he won both the Europa League and the Super Cup in 2018 and was a Champions League runner-up in 2016. He has a good biography. Click here to buy your Thomas Partey shirt number 18 from Arsenal Direct. So he's going to be putting on shirt number 18 at Arsenal. He's going to be putting on shirt number 18 at Arsenal. That has been confirmed as well. Finally confirmed. Last season, the Ghana international made 46 appearances for Atletico, playing key role in their third-placed finish in La Liga and reaching the quarterfinals of the Champions League. All right. During his career, Thomas has also enjoyed successful spells in Spain with RCD Mallorca, that is in 2013-2014 season, in AUD Almeria, that is in the 2014-2015 season, and has made 29 international appearances for Ghana. Technical director Edu said Thomas has all the right attributes to be a top player for us. No, he's a leader on and off the pitch, and is exactly the kind of player and person we want at the club. We already feel like we know Thomas Partey very well, based on the work we have done analyzing his performances closely in the recent times. Edu says with his all-round game and positive, aggressive style, he will be a brilliant addition to our squad. We have made a strong start to the season, and we want to continue to build on this with Thomas now part of our club. Head coach Mikel Arteta's comments don't come any different. He said, "We have been watching Thomas for a while, so we are now delighted to add such a high-quality player to our squad. He's a dynamic midfielder with a great energy. He brings a lot of experience from a top club that competed at the highest level in La Liga and the Champions League for several years. We are very impressed with his attitude and his approach to the game. He's an intelligent footballer, and we are looking forward to him integrating into our system and contributing to the progress we are building at the moment at the club." Now, I hope Mikel Arteta doesn't throw him on the bench like he's drawing William Saliba. Thomas will wear shirt number 18 and will join up with his teammates next week after he returns from international duty with Ghana. Everyone at the Emirates welcomes Thomas to our club. The deal is subject to the completion of regulatory processes. There we go. Thomas Partey, and they confirmed Lucas Torreira joins Atletico Madrid on loan, as well as Matteo Guendouzi's loan deal to Hertha Berlin. It doesn't come any better than this. Guys, finally, Arsenal has got their man. Arsenal have finally got their man. He has signed on a long-term contract, and This is the best news Arsenal fans would want to hear. It's the best thing Arsenal fans would want to hear right now. That the Thomas Partey has officially signed for Arsenal. Yes, I know I'm really stuck with Thomas with Asamoah because I did a couple of stories about him. But it is Thomas Partey who has officially joined Arsenal on a long-term contract. He will be putting on shirt number 18. All our guesses were wrong. The former shirt of Macho Monreal is the shirt he is going to be putting on at Arsenal. Like I said, it doesn't become more interesting than this. It doesn't get any better than this. This is the best transfer deadline day any Arsenal fan would have wished in this summer. That is the best transfer deadline day any Arsenal fan would have called for in this summer. Man like Thomas Partey signs. Man like Thomas Partey signs for Arsenal. It's a done deal, confirmed, no arguments, nothing like that. If you want to join the stream, the link is already in the comment section. I want to take a couple of your voices if you are there. If you're not there, I want to take my time to rest. Partey is no Vieira or Gilberto. The league is more difficult now than the Vieira Gilberto era. Then only Man United stood before Arsenal. That is Tillman, speaking, and then Islam Boy says Partey is equal to Vieira. It's a big debate. It's a big debate. I'm one person who doesn't really fancy, that debate. Is Partey, equal to, Patrick Vieira? It's one debate I don't really want to enter into. It's one thing that, most of us who know Patrick Vieira and know what he brought to the team, we don't really agree with that. I think he's a good player. He's one player who's going to be, always respected at the club, but he's not going to equal Patrick Vieira. Vieira is a legend. You remember the unbeaten run, all those things. So probably we can say Arsenal have got a top quality midfielder, one of the best in the league, one of the best in Europe, playing with the top, with the top club. You're not signing him from Laurier or Bordeaux or something like that. You're signing him from a big club, a top club, and this doesn't get any more interesting. Thomas Partey, welcome to Arsenal, my man. We hope you can do so many more things. As a person, I think Partey has more expectations to fulfill when it comes to the Arsenal fans. The signing is there. All of us wanted him to sign, yeah. But now he is confirmed himself as a national player. What does he bring onto the drawing board? What should we expect out of Thomas Partey? We have seen so many players come at Arsenal and disappoint. We have seen so many players come at Arsenal and work out. If I look at some of the players we have spent money on from Spain, the quick example is Santiago Gonzalez Cazorla. Magnificent. So you would expect Thomas Partey to give us that picture. But we have also signed players like Skodran Mustafi from Spain, and they have become deadwood, and we are fighting to let them go, off the club, and we have failed. Sometimes it doesn't become any easy for you to join the Premier League. It's a hard league to play in. Very hard, clubs to play against. But we need this. We needed this. We need a man who could actually command our midfield. We need a man who could bring fear to the midfield, and that is Thomas Partey. Finally. Partey is good to join us. I'm very happy, bro. It's Partey time. Glenn Kitley there in the comments saying, it's Partey time. Yes, it's Partey time. Really, this is the biggest deadline day I'm experiencing as an Arsenal fan. I'm really excited. I'm really happy. I'm really grateful to the side. Really grateful to the side. Really grateful to Edu. Really grateful to the board that they have finally given us some hope in this season. giving us a player of his quality. Giving us a player of his quality. I think I've done, this is the 4th stream about Thomas Partey. It must be the 6th video about Thomas Partey because I was so excited, to get him at Arsenal. Smash up the likes, 44 people watching. Smash up the likes already. Partey and Partey, it was Partey and Aouar, but I think it's now Partey and Partey and Partey and Partey. Glenn, if you want to join me, the link is in the comment section. Glenn, if you want to join up, the link is in the comment section. It will be much appreciated. Very, very much appreciated. Can Aouar join in January? Now, like for the Hausa Aouar deal, it's all about the money. We know what Lyon want. It's the same deal with the Thomas Partey deal. You know what both parties want. You know what Atletico Madrid want. You know what Lyon want. As long as you go in with their money, they're going to give you the player. If you don't go in with their money, they're not going to give you their player, and that is it. It doesn't become any easy. It doesn't become more difficult than that. Big up Kosi, I really enjoy your analysis. Can Arteta use Ozil and Partey as we didn't get Aouar? Isn't that superb? Many fans have been talking about this. Us using how Sema was, place and fill it with Mesut Ozil. So many people would say, yes, I would, Ozil deserves to play, in that Arsenal team. He's the most talented player at the side. He's the most technically gifted. He would be our Roberto Firmino in the side. But I think his attitude is very, very low and negative, and the team really needs every player to have the same amount of effort that they bring onto the side. So if you want to join me live, the link is in the comment section. You can see the StreamYard link. Tap on it and you come live. Hello, buddy. Good evening. How are you, Melvin? Good evening, my friend. I'm so happy. Blood from Kenya. Thank you so much. And then Glenn says 10 minutes. I'll come. Okay, that is okay. 10 minutes, you come. Waiting for you, Blood. I think I should have come to your channel, but I was really fixed up. I'm really sorry. I didn't, manage to come there, but I was really fixed up. But please, Glenn, get some. I think we can do it tomorrow. We will be doing it. How can I donate then? I don't know in which country you are, but if you have a credit card, please use the super chat button. Please use the super chat button. But if you don't have the super chat button, you can donate using this number. Should I put it here? Okay. I think I have this. Let me just write for you the number. There we go. 078314148. All right, 148931. So that's the number. It's in the comment box. If you want to donate directly through a number, you can use that. If you want to donate on the stream, buy me a super chat. So it's as easy as that. Thank you so much, Alan Brazilian. It will be much appreciated. I don't know in which country you are, but if you're in Uganda, just do that. If you're overseas, buy me a super chat, or you can still use any. You can use any money app and then use that number. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Okay, then I'll go on to Partey will dominate midfield in the Premier League like Kante has been doing it for a few years now. I think really Kante has had a good run. And I can see many Arsenal fans have so many things they expect out of Thomas Partey, which is not bad because he is our own player right now. A record received from La Liga, the Thomas Partey release had been paid at 28 minutes past 11 p.m. 32 minutes before the end of the transfer window. We have no words to describe what Arsenal has just done. Brilliant. I think brilliant business. You can use that. I don't know whether it fits what you want to say, but for me, I would say brilliant business. And thank you so much, Arsenal. Thank you for not letting us down, at least in Arsenal. How much buy do Arsenal make today? How much? Oh, he has cost us 50 million euros. He has cost us 50 million euros, which is 45 million pounds. So he's not a cheap. He's not a cheap player. Well done, Arsenal. Let us go for Benrahma now. The transfer window is closed unless we can go for Benrahma in the next transfer window. Today was a good look. Today was a good look. Very good. Very good day. Very good day. Every Arsenal fan is out there waving, excited and so on. Speaking in tongues. Boasting around. You know what you guys always do. But I cannot really blame you. It has been such a big day for Arsenal, big day for Arsenal. I can't blame you. Who do you think is gonna be benched between Xhaka and Ceballos? I think they are. I think we might need to. Create more chances. More options in the midfield. We might need to create more options in the midfield, not actually benching Dani Ceballos and Xhaka, but we need to add another midfielder to that midfield. And in my case, that should be Thomas Partey. We shall have to reduce the numbers. Either Bukayo Saka goes to the bench, or one of the players who joins from the back. From the back, will have to join the bench. We might even change formation. I think. You're in Dubai. Please use any mobile money app. Alan Brazilian, please use any mobile money app. Use any mobile money app. I think it will be working. If it doesn't work, contact me on that number I've given you. But I think Super Chat doesn't work in Dubai. If Super Chat doesn't work in Dubai, then you can send any financial help on that number, or just send me a message on that number, and then we'll be linking up. Bro, please tell me about Aouar. Aouar is it's a deal off until either January or the next summer. I'm really sorry. I did so many positive stories about Aouar, and I really apologize for that, because they were all breaking stories, and they were true. But the problem is us finally failed to negotiate our way around the Aouar deal. Hello, now Ozil can now come back to the team. I don't know what you guys think about this, but some people think Ozil can come back. Other people think Ozil shouldn't actually come back. So it is as really as that. Ahmed says, "I'm so happy today, bros, and I would like to know more about you more. This is my number." Okay, thank you so much, Ahmed. I got your number. Thank you so much. Aubameyang, Partey, Gabriel. This is a very strong back to front. All right. Thank you so much, Islan. Bro, we are going to get Benrahma from Brentford. There are so many. There are so many rumors. But I don't think we should be going for more rumors when the transfer window is actually ending. Apart from if I'm skipping something. Am I skipping something here? I don't think I'm skipping anything. After Thomas Partey has been announced as an Arsenal player, I think everything is done. Transfer deadline day is over, and that is game over. Here we go. Fabrizio Romano says it's game over. No more transfers. Game over. Nobody will sign. It's game over. Everton signed another late night player, but it's game over. I don't think we're going to bring in any other player. You'd say no Arsenal fans would want to see more players, but it doesn't get any better than that. Whew, what a day it was. I'm so elated about the signing of Thomas Partey. Let's hope we can win the league now. No, I don't think that's going to be easy. Thanks, my countryman. Thank you so much, Tom. Thank you so much, Tom. How many players leave Arsenal? Today, Guendouzi left, Lucas Touré left. Those are the two players that have been confirmed to leave Arsenal today by the Arsenal website. Thank you so much. I think we should use Aubameyang as a striker, then Willian and Pepe in both flanks. What do you think? I've always thought about that Aubameyang should be the central forward. And in the match reaction, in the match reaction I did, was it against Sheffield? I told you one of the talking points I saw is Arsenal using the man himself, Aubameyang, as a striker. Does this mean that Arsenal will get a strong starting 11? I hope so, man. I hope so. And I'm really tired of this, Mikel Arteta thing of changing the lineup every day, it doesn't sit well with me. So I hope we get a starting lineup finally. This is the biggest side in the EPL, run. No, it isn't. We are not the biggest. We are not the biggest. I disagree with that. We can still buy from other Premier League teams. Yeah, it's true. We can still buy from, we can still buy within the league. We can still buy within the league until October 16th, I think. Yeah, until October 16th. I think Benrahma play in the championship, so we can still get him transfer clause on 16th. Yeah, it's true. Within the league, we can still go within England. Within England, we can still go for a player, but I doubt Benrahma will be joining Arsenal. Arsenal should now sign Aouar in January and sell Ozil. Thank you so much, Islan. Boys, please, what about Sid Benrahma from Brentford? That deal has not happened today. Probably let's wait for the coming days. Up Arsenal. This is Ahmed. Thank you so much, Ahmed. Let's see Partey, Ceballos, and Ozil. Let's see entertainment football again. Okay. Everybody would love to see that. I'm really tired of Arsenal's, boring games. Apart from him, any signings we made, Ivan Martinez from UG, not really, so not any significant ones, but we signed 2 players for the academy. And Arsenal in my blood, that is Ahmed. Everybody loves Arsenal on this show. Trust me, I love Arsenal as well. Of course, it will be lovely to see Partey playing. Trust me, it's going to be very lovely to see Thomas Partey play. There, that is Alimi, and then Purpose says Partey time. So the part is Thomas Partey time. He has finally signed as a national player. It doesn't get better than that. When you want a player for almost 3 months, and you think the deal is off, and you think you're not going to sign him, and you think everything is becoming a mess, and finally he signs for the club, it really means so much. It really means so much. And of course, guys, Thomas Partey has finally signed for Arsenal on a long-term contract. 27 years of age, he will stay at the club for the next 5 years. It is confirmed, done, and dusted. Welcome to the Arsenal. That is the man himself, Thomas Partey. I am a Guna. Thank you so much. Probably Arsenal for life. Thank you so much, Frank Best. My brother, you are doing a very good job. You are always on point with your information about us, and I appreciate what you're doing. Keep it up, keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Can we win the trophy, guys? It really doesn't come that easy, but I think we need to, we still need to do more, in order for us to, come on and to win the league. I'm so delighted for Arsenal signing Thomas Partey. At least Arsenal can compete with other, top clubs, but Arsenal's team still lack creativity. There we go. Let's credit Edwin Teta with Kroenke. I wouldn't give Kroenke any credit. I would give him credit if I had got Aouar and Partey. Bro, you too much love you up Arsenal. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Bro, can you please talk about Saka? Don't you think he can offer us what Aouar could? No. Saka is another kind of player who can give you options in the left back. He can also give you options as a left winger or options as a right winger. But I don't think he can give you what Aouar gives you. If you want a player who can give you what Aouar gives you, then that should be Danny Ceballos or Mesut Ozil in that case. But he's a brilliant player. If you want me to talk about him, he's a brilliant player, Bukayo Saka. I knew Partey is a Guna wants to rail across to Atletico Madrid. You guys have started your philosophies. Now we can trust the process a bit. I wouldn't trust the process. My dear brother, I love your chat. I will like to know you more. Thank you so much, Ahmed. Like I said, I've already put my number in the comment box, in the commentary. So please check it out. I wanna bring on my man, Glenn.
Thomas Partey, you can hear me?
I can hear you very well.
Awesome, man. Nice to be here again, man. I'm back. You remember the
Finally.
first time I was here like 2 weeks ago and we were debating about Awar and Thomas Partey?
Partey. Yeah. And finally, we are here to conclude it.
We are finally here to conclude it for sure.
Exactly. And
it's been a busy day, man. I can't even blame me. It's been a busy day. So many videos to talk about.
I think I've done more than 7 videos.
Yeah. I think around the same too. Since morning.
But I saw your live video first, actually. I saw your live video first. And I was like, oh, Glenn is back at it again already.
Five streams today, man. Just praying that he comes. 5 streams, just praying that he comes. So
5
very,
streams.
very happy, man. 5 streams.
I did 4 streams and I think also 4 uploads.
Yeah, same time. I think almost the same. So it's at least it was worth it. There's a time I was like, can we really get him, or is it going to end up in tears? You remember Benzema? You remember Higuain? Yeah. So yeah.
But who do you give the credit first and foremost? Who do you give the credit? Is it Edu? Is it Arteta? Is it Kroenke? Because many fans are saying, big up Kroenke. Arsenal fans really forget easily the pain as long as you can give them a simple painkiller. Who do you give the credit in this one?
Mikel Arteta. He's definitely the one who made Willian join. He's the one who got Aubameyang to sign the contract. And he's the one who's gotten Partey to sign. Remember, that Aubameyang deal is also helping attract some other people. So I'd give it to Arteta. I'm not sure about Edu. It looks like Edu gets the Brazilians, but I'm not sure he got this one done. But Arteta definitely. There's a way, at least people can see that Arsenal is trying to head up a certain direction. So at least people are joining because of him. So I'd say Arteta, definitely Arteta. Big up Arsenal. And, we are starting at it, starting from morning. Did you think this was going to happen? Did you have that feeling that this is going to happen? When we announced that, Matteo Guendouzi, actually, when it was confirmed that Matteo Guendouzi has left for Hertha Berlin, I thought about it and, it did make sense for me. Losing 2 midfielders that, could be, that could be very, very central to the team. And then you don't bring in anyone. I thought, my instincts told me Arsenal could be going for a midfielder, but I couldn't trust the process. You know that. I couldn't trust the process. Did it come to you in the morning or in the afternoon there before, Charles Watson and David Ornstein broke the news? Did it come to you like anything? It came in the afternoon when I woke up and I was like, there's still no news. I was starting to give up. I was starting to say, disappointment again. Maybe that they're thinking we're okay. But after some time, I actually heard about Torreira and Guendouzi first. And that also made me think like what you said. There is no way they can get rid of Guendouzi and Torreira without getting on anyone else. That means we'd have had Xhaka, El Neni, and Ceballos. 3 midfielders. Niles is already covering in other positions. Willock, can he really do what we need? I don't think so. And he wants to play far.
He's not a player.
Yeah, and he wants to play further forward either way. So I was starting to think we have 4 competitions: Europa League, some all over the world, literally the league, the Carabao Cup quarterfinal now, and the FA Cup. Can we have 3 midfielders to cover all those competitions? No. If Xhaka gets suspended for 3 games, we have to just rely on El Neni and Ceballos to play every single game. That wouldn't have worked out. Plus, I saw Torreira was going to Atletico, and I thought there has to be a deal somewhere there. There has to be a deal. There's no way we can keep playing without any other midfielders. So it was looking like Jorginho or Thomas Partey. So I'm glad it's Thomas Partey. 2 years later, we wanted him in 2018. So yeah, 2 years. I don't even know if you had started this channel. I had not started mine. That's the first time we started being linked to Thomas Partey. So this one is a good transfer for us.
Yeah, it's indeed a very good transfer. And still about reaction, how did you react? How did your heart react when I think it was Charles Watts who broke that news that Arsenal have, the deal is back on? How did you react? Because for me, I didn't even think about doing a video at that time. I thought about celebrating, but I didn't know why I was celebrating. What did you feel like? What did you feel like when that news started trending around?
Relief. I was relieved.
the picture in my head of El Neni playing in every competition for us, the picture in my head of Luis making a mistake, no one ahead of him to cover, the picture of De Bruyne running through our midfield that is empty, the picture of Liverpool's midfield dominating Arsenal again, Aston Villa beating Liverpool 7-2. Would we have been next without any midfielder? All those pictures disappeared in my head. That was a relief, because just imagine we've been linked with Partey now the whole like 4 months, 3 months, and then we get none of them, and then literally don't get any midfielder. That would have been a dagger in our hearts. So I almost screamed at that time. I actually screamed, because that is a big signing. There's actually someone who asked in my stream, is this the biggest ever transfer deadline day signing for Arsenal? It could be, maybe alongside with Ozil, because this summer we've covered the two positions we really wanted, centre back and central midfield. Even though we know we need more players, at least we've covered the two positions, and this could be the replacement for Gilberto and Vieira maybe. So we really needed this person, really needed him. So I screamed. I was so happy at that time.
Just like any other fans, I've done so many Thomas Partey stories, and all of them on the channel are doing so well. That shows you the love and how people have been waiting for his signature. Just a signal like this, and everything, it has been. But let me ask you, this Houssem Aouar deal, did you see stories trending around? People have been asking me about Houssem Aouar, deal back on. I didn't get to see anything like that. Did you see anything like, the Houssem Aouar deal?
Houssem Aouar, no, I didn't say anything about Houssem Aouar. I expected him not to join anyway, because he played yesterday, he scored a goal, and he looks like he's more comfortable at Lyon. So again, I heard that after like 2 months ago, we left Thomas Partey and went for Aouar and Jorginho. But after not getting those two deals done, we went back for Thomas Partey. I still do not understand why transfers are usually done with 1 minute remaining. It reminds me of the back in the school days, primary days, where you go out on holiday break, December holiday. You have until January, and assignments piling up, science, mathematics, all that. And you're like, you know what? Nah, let's put it on the side. We'll do it on January 4th when you're opening school on January 5th. That's when you're trying to finish assignments. That's the same way we are doing the transfer right now. So you can understand them. So for me, I'm happy with the Partey deal. I didn't expect him, but we might go for him again in January. But I remember when you did the stream with you on your channel, you said Lyon won't sell in January. I remember you saying that. So
I don't think they do that kind of business.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they would be open to that kind of business. So Houssem Aouar is off, Jorginho is off, Thomas Partey is here. What do we expect? What are expectations of Thomas Partey? £50 million, that is quite a huge amount of money to be paid, in a lump sum, to be paid, all at once for us. That means us, really saw something in him. What are expectations of Thomas Partey?
Thomas Partey. First of all, as I always say, our midfield last season, Guendouzi didn't score a goal. The previous season he scored one. Xhaka last season, 1 goal. The previous season, I think 1. Torreira, 2 goals against Liverpool in the last 2 seasons. Willock, 1 goal, 2 goals. First of all, he'll bring in some goals at least. He has scored a few goals from outside the box. We actually there's no one who shoots at Arsenal. I always see Ozil with the ball outside the box. He never shoots. Xhaka, every time he shoots the ball, it's over the bar. El Neni doesn't shoot the ball. Guendouzi doesn't shoot the ball. So at least we have someone who can shoot the ball from midfield and try and score goals, bring in some goals from midfield. I hope Pepe and Willian will also contribute to that. Number 2, someone who can stick to the position. We've seen so many times Xhaka goes forward, Sabas goes forward, and we exposed in the middle. Players are just straight through. The moment the player gets the ball in their half, they are straight through to our defense. And that's when the likes of Luis panic. Penalty every now and then. So we have City and United next where you clearly see a penalty, but at least he'll bring some stability, some experience in midfield. He has played that position before, rather than have people like Niles who's supposed to be a midfielder but hasn't played in that position recently. We saw Torreira being played as a central attacking midfielder or something. So at least we have someone who wants to play that position and is going to play that position. He has the experience in playing that position, can bring in goals, he can defend well, he's a box-to-box midfielder. Basically, it's like a combination of Ramsey and Xhaka. So let's hope like he can bring both defensive and attacking. Let's hope he can help us in that.
Exactly. I think I think he's a top quality midfielder. I've been seeing him, almost every day. I used to watch him and Ausemawa on YouTube because I felt like we needed them. And does he answer the questions we have in our midfield? At least 70% to you. Does it does he answer the questions, the creativity, and then that ability to hold the ball for some time? That ability to hold the ball for some time. Does he answer some of those questions?
He answers some questions. That also brings me to the question that people are asking. I was asking people. I'll also ask anyone in the chat if you want to comment. What is your rating for Arsenal's transfer window? Because for me, I'd give it a 6. Just because we got Partey. If we didn't get Partey, it would have been like a 4 or 5. Because this guy will cover most of the problems we have. As I've said, defensive and attacking problems. He'll bring solidity in the middle. He'll bring power. Torreira, why we didn't want Torreira, he's weak. Every time Ndidi comes for him, he just shrugs him off. Ghana, Idris Ghana, who else? Like those players, Romeo at Southampton, those kind of players will just shrug you off. Torreira wasn't strong enough. You can't see Romeo bowling Partey. You can't see people bowling a midfield of Xhaka and Partey. That's not possible. So at least we are strong in midfield. At least teams can start looking at Arsenal like, you know what, this is a threat. They have Pepe, Willian, Aubameyang, and defensively Partey, Gabriel, some big players like we used to have back in the day, Vieira, Perez, Ashley Cole, big players. The other last days, man, Torreira, short guy, Aubameyang is a nice guy, fun, Lacazette loves to have fun. All this, we don't want that. If you want to win titles, you have to be like Roy Keane. Roy Keane doesn't care. If you make a mistake, he's going to go at you. So Thomas Partey, definitely a good signing for us as of now.
Yeah. And I think Edu makes interesting remarks. He said, they have been following the player, and he's the kind of player that fits well at us. Very good defensive wise, very good attacking wise. He's very good. He's a leader on and off the pitch. And I think when we talk about leadership, this is one of the things we have been lacking really at Arsenal. You see that everybody, we are like kids on the pitch. No one gives us direction. I think if we can get some leadership onto that pitch, it's going to add so much to us, so much. What do you think?
Yeah, leadership. And then, when you have young players like Saka, Nelson, Ketia, Niles, you have like 6-7 players, even Guendouzi, if you include him, if you're still here, even Leno's still not that old. You need people to surround them, people with experience. So that's why I was happy with Willian signing. He brings in some experience, Luis some experience at the back, Partey some experience in the middle. So at least it will help the young players. Captaincy, I'm not sure you need to see him first, but leadership, at least he has played in that position before. He can help people like he can even help people like Sabias to like try and adapt in that position, because Sabias really is not a midfielder, so he can help people like that like try to settle in the midfield position. So a lot of qualities, man. I can't even explain to you how good signing this is, man. It helps us a lot. It improves our team from a 4 out of 10 to a 6, 7 out of 10 immediately.
Yeah, but there is something I've failed to agree with the fans on us, on Twitter, Facebook, and everywhere, even on my stream. When they compare him to Patrick Vieira, I think that is too soon. I think, yes, he might be the kind of player that we have wanted for, we have waited for, but I think that's too soon. I think that's too soon for us to compare him to, Patrick Vieira. What do you think?
Yeah, it's too soon. Vieira was a force. But at least this is a player that he can bring that, at least that presence, man. Do you know which players we've had in midfield, man? Let's start with Denilson. After Gilberto, Denilson, a short Brazilian who wants to shoot the ball outside the box, is playing as a defensive midfielder. Not good enough. We've had a combination of Wilshere and Ramsey. That would be bullied by anyone. That's why when we played teams like Stoke, man, do you remember those days away to Stoke? We couldn't handle it because we have.
I don't remember us beating Stoke. I don't remember us getting a win over Stoke.
Yeah, we only beat Stoke because we had Sanchez. Another reason I think is one of the top 10 players in Arsenal's history. That's the only reason we used to win those kind of away games. But right now, if you're to play that same Stoke team right now, they wouldn't like see us like they only have Wilshere, Ramsey, Eduardo. No, they'd see us like Gabriel, big guy, Luiz, big guy, shaggy guy, hair, doesn't care. He's here to fight. Tierney, experience from Scotland. I think he's the assistant captain, Robertson or something. They'd see people like Thomas Partey, Xhaka, fighters in the middle. On the bench, at least you can have, all of a sudden, if you have a squad and then on the bench you have Pepe coming in, Xhaka coming in, depending on how he'll use Xhaka and Partey, you have Saka coming from the bench. All of a sudden, that is a very strong team. I don't like the way you usually depend on Saka to score us the goals. Let Saka come in when you're 2-0 ahead and then let him feel free to enjoy the game. I don't want us to depend on Saka, depend on Ketia to get the goals. No, let us, like all the experienced players, do the job and then the young players come and enjoy. This will also solve the problem for West Ham and Sheffield at home, those two games. When the other day when was it McGoldrick who scored for Sheffield, I think Stevens ran through the midfield, like cutting from the left, and then he actually passed the ball because there was no one. So at least now you can see someone there. And then when you see Thomas Partey, they will not be able to handle it. You know what, Kazi? I think this trophy is ours. This trophy is ours. We are going to win the Premier League trophy.
You know, so many people have said that, but I think let me first ask this before I can. Okay, let me first tell you. In my opinion, I think he makes us strong top five contenders. Like position 3, 4, and 5, he adds more competition to that because literally, when you look at all the teams in that, you know, in that area, in that triangle, no one is so good enough that they are going to frighten you. You have okay, if you put Manchester City and Liverpool out of the triangle, you have Chelsea, you have Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspur, Everton, and Arsenal. I think he gives us that ability to fight against these teams and gives us the hope that we can, you know, at least go back to the top 4, you know, this season. You know, do you feel he gives us that, you know, ability, you know, to fight for top 4? I'm not going to say the lead because it's too early, like we have already said, but top 4, does it give us that, you know, upper hand?
Yes, definitely, because we have sorted out the problems that we had, central midfield and central defense. Yes, when you go to these teams like City, as you said, United, Liverpool, we know we are going to lose. You know, we actually go to those games knowing you're not going to win this one. Why? Because our midfield is not strong enough. Last week when you played Liverpool twice, these guys, they could have Thiago, Wijnaldum, and Henderson. They could bring in Fabinho. They could bring in Keita. They could have Milner. They have like 8 experienced midfielders. We only have like 2. So how can you compete with a team like Liverpool when you have 2 midfielders? That is one problem. At least with Thomas Partey, we can go away. Our next away games are very hard, especially the next 6 games in total. I think we have City away next, Leicester at home, United away, Leeds away, Everton away. All those games, they are very hard. Those teams we never win at United, we never win at City anyway. We get trashed every time. So at least with this guy, we can go and compete. They wouldn't know which formation you're going for. We could go for a back 5 and decide to have Tierney in the middle. We could have Tierney on the left. We could play Saka. We could play Pepe. We could have him on the bench. We could have Willian. We could have Aubameyang in the middle. Thomas Partey, Xhaka. There's a time Xhaka even played as a centre back during Emery days, I think. So there's a lot of way you can play, and all of a sudden you can compete against these teams. The main thing for getting top 4, you have to beat the small teams and at least get something against the bigger teams. So I can see with this squad, with Partey, Ceballos, Willian, Pepe, you can try and beat every single team at home. West Brom, Southampton's. I'm tired of last season we didn't beat the promoted teams. We drew with Norwich at their place. We lost to Sheffield United.
We did beat Sheffield in any game last season at home, in the Premier League.
Yeah, we didn't beat them. Aston Villa beats us in their place. So we should not be losing to teams like that, promoted teams. So with Thomas Partey, all of a sudden we are solid at the back and we can attack. As I see Melvin saying top 3. But top 3, I think it's very high. But you know what? I don't see the other teams being better than us in that much. United didn't really get those players that they wanted. They've gotten Cavani just to calm down their fans. So I think we're okay. Maybe Liverpool are still stronger than us. I think maybe City are still stronger than us. So, but we have stronger players now, so that's a good thing. And Bellerin is actually putting in good crosses. So we're in a good place.
I think Bellerin, you know, I wouldn't take him for one game because the rest of the games he has been crap. But I would love to see Cedric more. What's your, you know, take on Cedric's performance against Liverpool? You know, I think he looked decent.
Yeah, I don't think Cedric is a good defender that much, but technically is very good. Free kicks, penalties, corners, he will take for you. All that is very good. But I think those are the kind of players you'd play if you have a back five, not a back four. Back five, overlapping and all that. When you have, you know, for Arsenal, you need someone. You need someone behind someone just in case, because we know they're going to make a mistake anytime. I always say that even if Mustafi was given the Ballon d'Or today, Mustafi best player in the world, I'll still not put him in my defense tomorrow because Mustafi will lose concentration like this. He'll make a mistake. Luiz against Sheffield, you saw what he did. In the first minute, he would have gotten a red card. If that guy fell down, it would have been a red card. Why? Because every time Luiz loses a ball, he goes brain dead. He thinks, let me just pull him. And that's what he thinks, red card straight away. So at least with Cedric, you need a back five, where in case someone makes a mistake, there's someone behind him. That's what I'm trying to say.
Wow. You know, Partey, you know, the Partey stuff never ends, and you know, it just gets, you know, bigger and bigger. Tomorrow, I'm going to do how Arsenal should line up again, you know, with Thomas Partey, and I want to take this from you. Is it change? You know, should we change the 3-4-3? Should we go for a 3-4-3-3? Should we go for a 4-2-3-1? Should we stay? You know, should we stay with the 3-4-3? Just replace one player in that midfield. What do you think? What do you think would suit him best?
Let me prove to you that is the video I was actually doing right now. I was actually arranging how Arsenal could line up with Thomas Partey. So what I'd said, it's the one I want is Leno, Luiz, Gabriel, Tierney, and Bellerin in the back four, Ceballos and Partey in the middle, Pepe on the right, Willian in the middle, Aubameyang on the left, Lacazette up front. Now this team, there's no Aubameyang and Lacazette are not getting 3 to 4 chances every single game. Ceballos can bring in balls from the midfield. Willian can give passes. Pepe can bring in crosses. Tierney and Bellerin can bring in crosses. Luiz can hit those long balls to Aubameyang. It's looking good, because we are going to win the quadruple this season. It's looking good. But again, if we want to travel to like a City away, you can turn it to a back five and have Luiz, Gabriel, Tierney, Saka, Bellerin. There's a lot. And then with that first squad on the bench, you could bring in Saka. If let's say Pepe is not working well or Willian is not doing well, bring in Saka. If you score 3 goals and you want to keep a clean sheet, take off Ceballos, take off Willian, bring on Niles, bring on Xhaka. Have it more solid. If Bellerin is not doing good, as you said, Cedric is there, Niles is there. I've also seen Mustafi is still there. Socrates is still there. Kolasinac is still there. So you can bring in Kolasinac and pray before he comes on. Pray that he actually doesn't make a mistake. El Neni can come here. A lot of players.
What happened to Kolasinac? I thought he had, you know, I thought him and Bayern were good to go. Actually,
they were joking.
I was about to announce him as a done deal.
They were joking. Kolasinac is not good enough. There's no team that is going to get Kolasinac, not for that kind of money. I think maybe Arsenal wanted too much money, and maybe Arsenal wanted 20 million, and they think he's worth like 2 million. So, what is the best thing Kolasinac has done at Arsenal?
You know, he let Mikel Antonio become the best striker in the world against West Ham.
The only thing he has done is protecting Ozil, a person who we don't even need anymore. So basically, he has done nothing at Arsenal so far. So the other day, I saw him getting a cross against West Ham, and he just hit the ball over the bar, and I just knew it was over. But as we always say, they are still part of our team. We have to support them. Remember, if Tierney gets injured or suspended, I don't want Saka as the left back. So if Niles is covering another position, Kolasinac has to play. So it's okay. The thing I like with Kolasinac recently, at least he can. Okay, he's not a good centre back, but he's played in that position. He's played as a centre back or left wing back or left back. So at least he can cover a couple of positions. When we are playing a Division 2 Azerbaijan team in the Europa League, he can cover those positions. When he'll make a mistake when we are 8-0 up, that is okay. That is okay. But not in the league.
That formation is going to really cause a lot of problems. And do you think this is going to give Mikel Arteta some headache? Like, how am I going to line up this lineup? How am I going to prove that Partey? Because, the unfortunate part of Mikel Arteta is that all the players, that are coming to us, he has asked for them. So it's not like any other manager who, gets, signings from the board. This time it's Mikel Arteta asking for the players, and he's getting exactly the players he's asking for. Do you think, it's going to give him some hard time, or, he already knows what he's going to use, the player for?
Yeah, I rather have a headache of who will I play between Partey and Sabas than a headache of who I'm going to play between Kolasinac and Mustafi. I rather have the good headache than the bad headache. You remember back in the day, Wenger used to have a headache of, will I play Sanogo, or will I play Bentner, or will I play Shamak? That is a bad headache. That is a headache that you actually need to take pills to relax. But this is a good headache. When you have a headache of, there's so many games.
Should I bring Manuel Frimpong?
Man, I saw he's doing very well in Ghana. I saw he's doing good things in Ghana. I think injuries affected him, but Frimpong, Karlstrom, those were bad headaches, knowing literally you'd have no player. If Van Persie gets injured, no one is going to come on. So even the other day I was talking about Xhaka. If Xhaka gets injured, will we actually have a midfield of Niles and Willock? Could you ever seen Niles and Willock in midfield? That would have been sad. So at least Partey would have would add another dimension, and then you could have Xhaka on the bench coming on, El Neni then coming on. Let me tell you, if El Neni is coming from the bench, I have no problem, but not starting for Arsenal. If he's coming on the bench the final 20 seconds, I'm okay. I'm okay if he's coming for the final 20 seconds, but not starting the game. He's done well, but he's not going to get us where we want, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's true. I hope Mikel Arteta doesn't really disappoint me. I hope he gets the best out of the signings. Gabriel Magalhaes, Thomas Partey, and those boys. Yeah. He should get the best out of them. And I've really had this enough of Mikel Arteta. Switching his lineup, dropping Gabriel, bringing him back. Dropping El Neni, bringing him back. I think it's high time with now Thomas Partey. The transfer window is literally closed for external deals. I think it's high time we get the starting lineup. One that can play 10 consecutive games. Yeah,
a consistency. That's another thing we never have. I don't want to change goalkeepers like Chelsea have changed 3 goalkeepers in 3 games. I don't want. And
none of them is good enough.
They're already thinking about buying another goalkeeper on deadline day after Mendy. So I want consistency. Let's create a relationship. If Luis and Gabriel are going to be the partnership, Saliba is still there, so maybe he's going to come into the team later on. Luis, I saw someone writing in the chat the communication is okay since they're both Brazilians. That is a good thing. So if you have them getting used to each other with Tierney and Bellerin, after you play for some time with each other, Bellerin and Van Dijk, Alexander-Arnold and Van Dijk understand each other. Gomez and Alexander-Arnold understand each other because they've played so many games together. Alisson understands Van Dijk. So at least when players are understanding each other, it's good. You know where your midfielder is going to be. Willian would know where Pepe makes the runs. Lacazette will know where to find Aubameyang. So consistency is very key, and I agree with that.
Yeah, consistency. I think about it and I'm like, Mikel Arteta needs to do this. These are one of the things, that will help you become a great manager, selecting your side and, selecting it consistently, always and always and always. So, guys, I'm going to ask this to Glenn and I want him to be very honest. Do we win against Manchester City, Leicester City, and Manchester United because we have Partey? Humbly, do we beat them? Because people are saying we are going to win, we are going to win the league, and that means we need to win more games.
Leicester at home, yes. The other two, I saw someone on my stream saying United are not that good anymore. We can beat them with Partey, but no. We have not won at United since 2006. Adebayo was still an Arsenal player. He scored the goal. That is why I also consider him a very good Arsenal player, because he's the last person who scored at Old Trafford. With Southampton, not Southampton, no. Where did Southampton come from? I think I'm dreaming. I think Walcott joined Southampton. That's why I mentioned Southampton.
Yeah.
City away, it's always tough. United away, it's always tough. United, I've seen us going to United when they have Rashford, who was 17. They had Lingard, who was a youngster, and they still beat us 3 goals. I've seen us going to their place with Park Ji-san as the striker, and I think they had, there's I think Rafael in central midfield or something, Fabio, and they still beat us. So United is always a tough game. I think we have that mentality of, you know what, we can't win at Anfield. We can't win at Old Trafford. So at least with these new players, Willian, who has won at Anfield before, people like Partey, who have won at Anfield before recently against Liverpool in the Champions League, these players have that mentality of we can win away to this team. So at least it changes the players. Right now, you know why I didn't want these players who are like under Wenger, players like El Neni and Ramsey. They had that mentality of when you go to a big team, we're going to lose. Let's change the whole team. Let's change the manager, the goalkeeper, everyone, and there'll be a new mentality. Now with like 4 or 5 new players, there's no reason why you can't get a win at those teams places in those stadiums. So Leicester at home, we should win. The other 2 away, I'm going to say City is still going to be a hard game, especially if Aguero is back and stuff. So, but I would love it. Thomas Partey's first game away to City. Mikel Arteta masterclass against Pep Guardiola. 4-0 Arsenal. Aubameyang hat-trick. But I'd say draw in one of them and win in one of them. But no 3-0 and 4-0. That's what I mean. We won't get trashed again.
I know. By the way, Glenn, we should make this regular. We should get a weekly show for my channel and for your channel, a weekly show every week. So I think we should talk about that on Twitter exactly after this show. How did you see that?
Yeah, we'll do it. I'm done. Life Ganatev, I see you in the chat. Thank you for watching his show.
Yeah, So guys, this is what we mean by a late night signing. You're on the stream. I started this stream with 3 people. They went to 6. Now there are 154 people watching. I've streamed today, and these are 4 consecutive live shows with over 100 people watching, back-to-back shows. Back-to-back shows. And, I really appreciate the love. Please cross over to Glenn Kitley, Everything Arsenal, and you'll see his, channel. He has great content for you there. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you follow him. I will always be there every week. I'll make sure I'm there every week. I make sure I cross over, and I'll make sure that I bring him to the channel every week. William Saliba finally survived, or did he go? I didn't see anything like he's gone.
He survived. Everyone survived. Everyone, like the thing that is making me happy is Kolasinac and Mustafi. These guys are stealing a living. If Kolasinac is still playing for Arsenal, any one of these 163 people in the chat, any of us can play for Arsenal, because Kolasinac is not good enough. But that's the thing. We are stuck with people who other teams don't want to buy, unfortunately. As I say, if you put Aubameyang in the market right now, all the other 30 teams, 40 teams will want him. If you put Mustafi in the market right now, 2 teams. If you put El Neni, 1 team. If you put Kolasinac, maybe no one. I don't know which teams you have in UG, but not even them. They wouldn't even want it. So that's how bad it is. So unfortunately.
And I think the problem is that, I think the problem is Arsenal asking too much of money from these, from these lads. They want, Lazio were willing to give us around 9 million for Mustafi, and Arsenal became proud. They feel like the player has to get more. They need to get more out of the player. There is this kind of, wanting 20 million from Sid Kolasinac. I don't know how we value our players, but I think Socrates wanted to live on a free deal. He has, he's getting big wages. You would let him go. You would let him go on a free deal, cancel his contract. He's willing. Let him go to Napoli. Let him go to, Italy, where he feels comfortable, because he's not going to really work out at Arsenal. I thought that, that should have been the way to go. But
let me ask you something. Let me ask you something, Kozi. Between Mustafi and Smalling, who's the better defender?
Mustafi and Smalling.
I'm going for Smalling. I'm going for Smalling. Apart from, there is one season where Smalling was at his worst. I think that was before. Was that under Moyes? I think that was under Moyes. That's the Smalling I wouldn't take. But after that, the Smalling we have seen at Roma, the Smalling that we have seen, under Jose Mourinho, there, I would take him. I would give him a chance, but I would never give Mustafi any other chance. I would never give Mustafi any other chance. 2 weeks for the Premier League.
I'm asking that question because I've seen Smalling has gone to Roma for 18 million pounds. Smalling is not worth 18 million pounds to me. How come they're getting 18 million for these guys and we can't even get 5 million for Mkhitaryan? We can't even get 5 million for Socrates. We can't even get 5 million for Kolasinac. Is it that they're not good enough, or is it that Arsenal's transfer policy is just poor? How can teams like United get, even Phil Jones, if you're sold from United right now, they'll get 20 million, a guy who has not stepped on the pitch for 3 years. But for us, the reason why I'm giving this transfer window a 6 is because we got rid of Mkhitaryan on a free. We were supposed to get some money. We got rid of, we didn't get rid of Socrates. We didn't get rid of Kolasinac. Ozil is still here holding us hostage. Guendouzi has left. That's okay. Who else? Yes, we got Gabriel and Partey. We didn't sign Awar. We didn't sign. We didn't have a replacement right back. There's a time we were linked with Max Aaron, so that's why I'm giving it a 6, because we did not sell the players we wanted to sell, and the players that we wanted to come, only like 2 of them have come either way. Willian was a free deal, so definite fitting Arsenal. So I hope in January and next time we can get rid of these players for that kind of money, because all of a sudden, if we get rid of Mustafi and Socrates for like 30 million combined, we can get a player like that. Ben Godfrey has joined Everton. You can go in and get another defender. So, yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Which player would you take from England? Because it seems, inside England, we still have an opportunity to sign until 16th of October. Which player would you take inside England? We are linked with Benrahma basically. Around there, we were linked with Saint Maxim before as well. Many people have suggested Jack Grealish from Aston Villa, who I don't think they are going to let go because he signed a new contract. Which player would you take from England, to add to Arsenal if you had a chance?
Kevin De Bruyne, please. that will never happen. Number 1, Cantwell, Norwich. Not a guy to depend on, but to come as a backup when we don't have.
Good for squad depth.
Yeah, I think there's, however not good Arsenal is these days, however bad we are these days, I think we're better than Norwich. So Arsenal is more attractive than Norwich, so he can come. There's a time I also wanted Josh King from Bournemouth. He's English experienced, is as a backup to. That was if Nketiah was to leave on loan. As a backup to Lacazette and Aubameyang, King scores goals, whether we like him or not. Yes, he's in a relegated team, but he scores goals. Buendia from Norwich is also very good as a backup. And also maybe, I don't really like their defenders because that's why they're relegated. I'd say the last one is that Benrahma guy. Did you see that guy, the goal he scored the other day?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. The nutmeg between his legs and goal. That is what I want to see. I want players who are dirty, players who will just like kind of Neymar, but without the flashiness and rolling down after getting fouled. I want Benrahma, something like that. But how much would you pay for him? I think we have too many wingers and forward players, so I'd say Cantwell, central midfield somewhere. If it is from the league, it's going to be tough. But there's a time I was very desperate. I was saying just bring Jorginho because I was very desperate. I was like, we don't have any midfielders, just bring Jorginho, but definitely not. The dream signings, as I've said, Kante, De Bruyne, but the ones that we could get, I'm surprised how good Barkley did against Liverpool in his first game. Grealish was an option, but number 1, Maddison from Leicester.
Wow. Interesting stuff. Interesting piece of stuff there. I don't know who I would want to join us, but still, I would go for someone who would give us that, pump going forward, that pump in the midfield going forward. Is the kind of player I'll be looking for. I'm not really sure who I'll get, but I'll try to get that man who, drive us going forward. Someone like Ricardo Tillemans, at Leicester City. I don't know how much they value him at, but I'll try to get someone like that. And but I think it's transfer over for Arsenal. This Partey deal was an excuse deal. We had to bring him, no matter the cost. I think it's transfer over.
Yeah, it's transfer over. January, again, I don't see us normally doing transfers in January. So maybe one more player in January, maybe a loan signing or something. But this is the squad that is going to take Arteta to the top four. Let's hope so. We are not going to get any other players. Of course, you have Pablo Mari to come back. Martinelli, who I miss dearly. I miss Martinelli very much. If he comes back when we get to see Ranasson, all of a sudden you have a good team and a good bench. As I said, against West Ham, when he played West Ham that day, they had a better bench than ours. They had Yarmolenko, Felipe Anderson, Hala, better bench than ours. That's how bad it was. So at least now when a team sees we have Pepe on the bench, Xhaka, Saka, at least we know we can turn to the bench. So I'm happy, man. It has been a good day, man. How many streams did you say you did? 8 or 7 in total videos? Total video 7, 8. And also,
I did 4 streams in a total of, with uploads 8.
Yeah, I also did 8 videos, a total of 16 videos. That should show Kroenke that Arsenal fans are committed. I can see 50 people in the chat right now. Maybe people, it's 1 a.m. at night, 3 a.m. here. I'm sure it's also 3 a.m. there. Cozy. People are up at 12 a.m. morning Australia. We are committed. I hope Kroenke can see that Arsenal fans love Arsenal and they want to see Arsenal succeed. That's why we are crying for players to come. Otherwise, we'll just have slept and said, you know what, if they don't sign, that's their own fault. That's why we are crying that Ganasaurus has gone, because we love Arsenal. So let's see how it goes. It's been a long day, man. It's been a long day.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Glenn. Can we talk on Twitter before you go to bed?
I'm not going to bed, man. I'm going to edit videos for the next 3 hours, man. Yeah.
Okay, so let us link up on Twitter. Thanks everybody who has been on the show. It has been quite an interesting day. Sky Sports has closed. Many people have closed. Lifetime Ghana, Life Ghana TV or Life Ghana Tape says, I did 6 videos. So guys, we shall, let us support another Guna here. He's called Life Ghana. Tape says he did 6 videos for you guys to watch. So make sure you can go there and watch them. I want to end it at this, but before I end it, Glenn, how do you rate the transfer of the top 6? How do you rate them? Let's start with Manchester United. They brought in Edson Cavani. They brought in Alex Telles. They wanted Jadon Sancho. They failed to get him. He was their priority. They failed to get Ousmane Dembele as well. They brought in Donny van der Beek in this transfer window. They signed another player called Amadou Traore, but he's going to be joining with them in January. And then I think they did so many panic buys. If I'm getting my senses right. They did so many panic buys. Cavani, why bring in Cavani? That was a pressure buy, panic buy.
That was a pressure buy, yeah, because we've seen. Yeah, go ahead.
Traore literally is another panic buy. 30 million.
I just saw that last minute.
That money should have brought in someone better. And then Donny van der Beek, I think they brought in Donny van der Beek just because fans were demanding for a fast transfer signing, and Donny van der Beek deal had no negotiations, so they could bring him at easily. How do you rate their transfer window?
United didn't get Sancho. Van der Beek is a good signing. He'll bring in goals for them, because right now
very good signing. Yeah,
it's not looking like Pogba is going to perform for them. Yesterday, 2 mistakes or something. So, and their defense is awful, man. I saw, when I see Maguire and Lindelof playing, I actually feel like we actually have a better defense than them when you have Mustafi and Sokratis. It makes me feel better. I don't know about you guys, but I hate Man U more than Tottenham. So every time you see United
I hate
conceding those
United more
goals,
than Tottenham as well.
yeah, of course. So when you see them like not sorting out their defensive problems, Wan Bissaka is starting to look average. Sure, I don't think he's that much of a good left back. For their window, signing these players, Cavani either turns out like Ibrahimovic scoring goals or turns out like Falcao. I've seen so many. I was so scared when Lukaku joined Man U, did nothing. I was so scared when Sanchez joined Man U, nothing. I was so scared when Di Maria joined Man U, Falcao, but they did nothing. So for their window, I'd say they also got Henderson back, so I'd give them a 7 just because they got Henderson back. And I don't think Martial is a striker, so Cavani at least will score some goals for them. So 7 for them.
7 for them. Manchester City probably doing those very quiet signings, but
you know what? Before you go to City, I'm going to drop that to 6 because I agree with the panic buys. That was some of them are just panic buys, so I'm going to go for 6 for Man U.
6 United. Yeah. I'll give them a 5 out of 10 for signing Alex Telles and Donny van de Beek. 5 out of 10. Alex Telles must be a backup player, obviously, or I think 5 out of 10 is just good enough. City, they did so many quiet, silent signings. Nathan Ake, Ruben Diaz. They have
Torres.
They have Torres. I think Torres replaces Sane, right?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
kind of.
And then they don't move on defenders. They didn't move on defenders apart from the swap deal with Diaz, which had Ottomani crossover to Benfica. I'm still struggling to see how I can rate their transfer window.
I still think they're beatable. They are my favorites to win the league, but not now because that defense and kind of midfield is kind of weak. And they even have a backup striker because Aguero is injured and Jesus is injured, so they have no one there. They're having to play Mahrez and Sterling as strikers. Defense, I think Ake needs someone there. So Ake is even the first team. Or are they going to go for Laporte and Diaz? Their left back is awful. Mendy is a terrible player in terms of mistakes, so injuries and all that. So for them, yes, they improved their defense, getting 2 defenders, which they needed, but they didn't sort out their striking. 5 for Man City.
I think they're going, and I think they're going to have more problems this season.
Yeah, I think so too. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Which is why which takes me to Everton right now. Which takes me to Everton. Alan, James Rodriguez, Didier Doucouré. I don't need to mention other players. Fantastic signings, fantastic transfer window, fantastic buys. I'm giving them something like 8 out of 10. For me, they bought spot on. They were spot on. They knew what to buy. They knew what you need in the Premier League. They knew what they needed as the team. What do you rate? How do you rate Everton?
Everton would get a 9, and it would have been a 10 if they got a new goalkeeper. But the problem is Pickford also mistakes every time. Otherwise, if they got a new goalkeeper,
Pickford is just a thick hologram. At times he gets the ball. At times they go through.
Yeah, Henderson. If Henderson, like they signed Henderson from Man U from Sheffield, it would have been a 10. But James Rodriguez changes that club totally. That is a World Cup Golden Boot winner. Alan Doucouré, who I don't know why Arsenal did not sign Doucouré. I'm still trying to understand why I didn't go for him. Who else did they get? They've gotten rid of Walcott. They are kind of deadwoods. They've gotten rid of Moise Kean, who didn't work out for them. It has to be a 9 man. They have a good manager. I'm also starting to think maybe Ancelotti didn't want to come to Arsenal because we are not going to give him money. Maybe you're supposed to come, but you didn't give him money because right now it's looking like he's going to spend a lot of money. So their defense is still all over the place, and their goalkeeper all over the place. So 9. It would have been a 10, but 9.
Actually, Life Ghana Tev says they got a goalkeeper, Olsen from AS Roma on loan.
Yeah, I've just seen that right now that they've signed a new goalkeeper. I don't know, is he a replespment for Pickford? I don't know much about him.
He should be, because Pickford is the young version of old Joe Hart.
Or Almunia. You want to make it worse. Or a brother to Manone.
Okay.
Mhm.
I think for the goalkeeper, I'll add them something, and they'll go for 9. They'll go to 9 out of 10. It takes me to our biggest rivals, Chelsea, North London Blues. They have brought in a whole squad. They
A
have
whole
brought in a whole
squad.
squad, and they were still
Mhm.
looking to sign more players. They didn't get Declan Rice, I think.
Mhm.
They brought in Edward Mendy, the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
They brought in Thiago Silva in the defense.
Mhm.
They signed Malangsa, who eventually went out on loan, I think, to FC Porto.
Mhm.
They brought in Ben Chilwell, in the left back. They brought in
Mhm.
Hakim Ziyech. They brought in Kai Havertz. They brought in who else? Who else? Who else? They brought in Timo Werner. Those are 7.
I've
Am I
counted
missing
like
anyone?
30. I've counted like 30 players. They brought in a new cook. They brought in a new person to clean the buses. Chelsea bought everyone. They brought everyone to Chelsea.
I know.
9 out of 10 for them. They've sorted out their goalkeeping position, which they needed. Left back Chilwell is very good. An improvement. Havertz, best player in Leverkusen. Werner, best player in Leipzig. All have joined them. They haven't settled in. I've seen Chelsea buying the likes of Balak, Shevchenko. It never worked for them. But if it works, if it clicks, Ziyech, you haven't seen him. Malangsa, Chelsea with loans. They love loans. I'd give them.
They can buy 70 players and loan out 69.
Yeah, exactly. I'd give them lower than Everton, 8.5, because they haven't gotten rid of their deadwood. Alonso is still there. Emerson is still there. I've seen Tomori is supposed to go to West Ham, and he said he does not want anything to do with West Ham. So the likes of, at least they sold Batshuayi, loaned him out, loan him. Chelsea, loan. They never sell anyone. It's always loan. So 8.5.
Yeah, they did get rid of the deadwood, and I think their biggest problem, in this transfer summer, should have been looking at how to fix that defense. Because last season they were drinking goals. This season it's not going to be any
Yeah.
better. Thiago
11
Silva
goals.
is a name. Thiago Silva is a name. Thiago Silva is not a player on the pitch that you're going to entrust for 38, EPL games. You have Zuma and Rudiger, who look very decent and very good on paper, but when you bring them on the pitch, you're like, why did I actually bring handicapped people onto this game? So, I think because they didn't go for that defensive, solution. I'm giving them something like I'll give them a 7. I'll give them a 7. They bought so many players, expensive, but they didn't buy the solutions.
Thiago Silva always say he's going to struggle. This is not 2012. He was good in 2012. When you have to compete against Mane and Sterling, Aubameyang, the pace, he is going to struggle badly. The likes of Sterling are quick, so this is not 2012 when he was going to play for the 2014 World Cup and all that. So it's not a good buy for them. He's good in terms of leadership, but he doesn't even know English. Who is he leading? Who is he leading there? So you have to ask yourself questions. Some players are just bought. It's like us buying Denis Suarez. That's how it is, just buying.
Listen to this comment. Listen, Life Ghana Tev says Chelsea played FIFA manager mode in the transfer window.
In the transfer window. And then what I liked about them, they signed players early.
Yeah. But my problem is that they have, their players haven't settled in yet, and they should have, settled in by now.
True.
Yeah, but they get a mark for signing a new goalkeeper. Kepa, I don't know what's wrong with Kepa, but he just doesn't, do it for me.
Yeah, true. I agree with that. Let's see how Mendy will play, and then after 3-4 weeks, we'll know which players are good and which players are bad.
Liverpool, the champions, who everybody thinks they are good enough to win the league, brought in Diego Jota from Wolves. I'm afraid of that man. They brought in Thiago Alcantara, almost one of the best, if not the best, player in that midfield, all over Europe. They have Simictas. They brought in Simictas in the left back position. Did they buy? Did they buy anyone else? I think that's
Smictas. It sounds like you're going to buy crisps from the supermarket. Bring for me 2 Smictas. Smictas. I can't even spell that name. Even if you give me 100 million right now, I can't spell that name. So, Thiago is a very good buy, and Thiago would not have joined any other team apart from Liverpool. There is no reason for him to leave Bayern Munich. He's getting paid, he's winning trophies. So Liverpool would have been the only club to attract him. Very, very good buy. And Diego Jota, as you've said, I was scared of him both games we played against them. So for them getting it done, they really didn't need to improve any other positions. Maybe striking. I still think if you ask Liverpool fans, they'll tell him Firmino is not a striker. Firmino is going to do his job. Salah is going to score these goals. But I think they need a striker. Origi is not doing it right now. Liverpool 7.
7.
Yeah.
Okay.
If there's any Liverpool fan, I'm not talking about the goals Aston Villa scored. I'm talking about your rating. 7.
And Tottenham Hotspur. They wanted to get in a centre back in Milan Skriniar, but they failed. Though they have done well by bringing in Sergio Reguilon, who played actually very well. Who played very, very well against Manchester United. I don't remember the scoreline, but he played so well. And I would give them credit for that. They brought in Hojbjerg in the right back because Serge Aurier last season was just not good enough. So they brought in Hojbjerg from Southampton. Who else did they bring in? I'm still looking at Gareth Bale. Bale. They brought in Gareth Bale. Let us rate them at that. How do
have they signed a central defender?
No, I think they wanted Rudiger and Skriniar, but the valuation was two-way apart, and they just couldn't do that.
Tottenham, because we all know what you think of Tottenham. 0. I hate them. I hate their kit. I hate their stadium. I hate their players. I don't like anyone there. 0. Tottenham 8. I'd give them 8. I'm liking Reguilon, the left back, very good. Højbjerg, I think it's very hard to mention that name anyway. He's a very good addition to them. Bale is going to make a difference. Bale, Son, and Kane, you can see goals. I don't know about those other players, but yeah, that one is also a good player. 8 for them. I'd give them an 8, but the less said about Tottenham, the better, because it makes you kind of sick.
I know.
It's late to get sick here.
I think right now we can make our top 4 predictions. Right now, basing on what we have seen, we can make our top 4 predictions right now. Number 1, I'm still going for Liverpool.
I'm still going for Man City.
Yeah. Okay. Liverpool, I think they are still better than any other side in the league, and they can win. They can go 10 games or 12 games, three draws and 9 wins. That's why I'm going to give them the lead. Manchester City will be runners up. They will be behind Liverpool by around 8-9 points. Who do you go for this runners up?
Liverpool, and a close one. Maybe this time, maybe 4 or 5 points only.
Okay. Position 3, I'll give it to Chelsea. I think they will wake up if Lampard gets that quality and puts it to use. They'll wake up. So I'll go for Chelsea in position 3.
Which jersey are you wearing? Which team is that? Yeah, that is number 3 for me. Record this video and come back to this next year. You can save this video and come back to this year. I don't think the other teams are better than us. I don't. Chelsea's defense is not good.
It's already saved on YouTube. So
always saved on YouTube.
It is welcome to us, Thomas Partey. Yeah.
Welcome to us, Thomas Partey.
in number four, by getting Thomas Partey, I'll put Arsenal there. I'll put Arsenal with this, putting in mind that we are going to face stiff competition. stiff competition. I hope we know
Yeah.
that. We're going to have a lot of
Yeah.
competition from those guys. So I
Yeah.
think it is Arsenal in number 4. Your number 4 is Chelsea, right? I think.
You know, and
Tottenham, Manchester United.
Chelsea, you cannot be conceding 3 goals to West Brom. Their defense is bad. They're going to concede a lot of goals. 3 goals against West Brom. Yes, they kept a clean sheet against Crystal Palace. They conceded another 2 against Liverpool. They're conceding goals. That's the problem. So Chelsea not top 4 for me.
Chelsea
Yeah,
number 4.
I've seen Chelsea with Falcao, with all these players, and they never perform. So I don't think these players would totally change Chelsea's direction. Plus, I don't think their manager is that good. So United number 4.
United number 4. I'll go for United number 5. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to be sacked.
Everton number 5. Ancelotti to get manager of the year. Number 5 for them.
But trust me, if Mikel Arteta gets top 4, he's going to get manager of the year.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can. I think he can. But Ancelotti 5, Everton, I'd go for them number 5.
Okay.
6, obviously. 6, I'd go with Chelsea. Chelsea number 6.
Just number 6. I know. Yeah. 6, I think, behind Manchester United, Ancelotti, Spurs. 6.
What? Which is that team you've said again?
I think in number 6 I'll go with Everton.
Number 6, Everton. So Tottenham outside the top 6.
Outside top 6, yeah. I think it might reach a time when experience is going to do it for you. Carlo Ancelotti has got that. The other sides, are used to fighting for top 4. I think the brilliance of the manager it reached a time when we need brilliance of the manager and experience. And I think the 4 most brilliant managers right now in the league: Marcelo Bielsa, Leeds; Klopp, Arteta, and
Guardiola
and Ancelotti. Mourinho, no. Guardiola. No one is still afraid of Guardiola. No one is still afraid of Guardiola. I think his tactics are becoming like the Wenger tactics. You need to find your way out of the Premier League before you get spanked.
Yeah, I agree that Tottenham probably will fight for number 5, 6, 7 there with Everton and Chelsea. Of course, between number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there'll be a time, maybe even with 2 games remaining, if you lose, you'll be 7th, and if you win, you'll be 3rd. There'll be like 2-3 points dividing those teams. So anything can happen. You can have Bale performing like he used to and back in the day and scores 2 goals and then they finish 3rd. So anything can happen. But Arsenal top 4 definitely.
Wow. So I want us to discuss how we are going to do our shows. How many shows can you come this side? And because for me, I can come to your side as much as 5 shows if you have time. How many shows can you come to this side?
I'd say 2 because on Monday, it depends when Arsenal is playing. Because if you have 3 games in a week, it's going to be hard because of the player ratings and the previews and all that. But I usually have shows on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So the other days are okay.
Shows on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Yeah.
That's
but if there's a game, but if there's an Europa League game on Thursday, do the show on Friday. So basically Monday is okay, Saturday is okay after games and stuff.
Monday, Saturday?
Yeah, depending on when you want. If you want like Tuesday early on, I can still come, as long as it's not like night time, like from 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how when would you want me there?
After Arsenal games or before Arsenal games. Build up to Arsenal games and all that. Yeah, and you want me to answer that question every time? Now, let's close down Arsenal podcast and sign you to everything Arsenal. So let's do that.
Okay. will those be the? I think after the game you do the player rating show, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll be coming for your player ratings, sure.
Mm-hmm.
That is okay.
I think you can discuss it like more to get detail like overnight.
Like?
We need to like discuss it overnight and then we make a plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is on Twitter?
Yeah, it's okay. Even backstage after we end this show.
Okay. Let me just end the show, then we can, do this backstage.
Okay.
Okay, my guys, thank you so much for being on the show, and thank you so much for supporting the channel. I really love you, and I hope you guys can just subscribe to the channel. Welcome Thomas Partey to Arsenal. It's the biggest thing I can give you as my audience. You have been crying so much, and finally, Thomas Partey signs. Have a blessed night. In those countries where it is morning, have a good day.